It wasn't until 1865 that African Americans in Galveston, Texas, were informed that slavery had been abolished in the United States. This short film will demonstrate to you that slavery continued to exist in the United States after 1865. It is said that Dr. Antoinette Harrell is the peonage detective. Her research on peonage cases has spanned 18 states over the last 25 years. One notable case she investigated involved the infamous Arthur G. Dozier Reform School in Marianna, Florida. African American boys were held in peonage. Former student Johnny Lee Gaddy shared his dark story with Harrell about his time at Arthur G. Dozier Reform School.
You were saying that we lost so much history.
We lost so much history because in serving that community in West Baton Rouge Parish, most of the people I knew lived on plantations. These plantations were provided by plantation owners, and they built the housing on their plantation for their workers.
Like sharecropper homes?
Yeah, because these are the people that used to work the land with mules, and they used to cut the cane by hand with cane knives. So every plantation had a certain amount of people lived on it based on the land. And I didn't know this because there were no Black history written in West Baton Rouge till 1997.
During her research, she found extensive documentation showing how much the school made from the boys' labor. She discovered May Louise Walls Miller's story through her research. May was enslaved until 1963. May Louise Walls Miller endured unimaginable hardships, working long hours under brutal conditions. Her story sheds light on modern-day slavery's pervasive and lingering practice in the United States. The movie Alice was based on Dr. Harrell's research and May's story. Dr. Harrell's contributions have raised public awareness about the dark history of peonage in America. By meticulously documenting and sharing the stories of individuals like May Louise Walls Miller, she has brought attention to the ongoing impacts of forced labor. Over 3 million people learned the truth about slavery in America through May's brother Arthur Walls' story on Vice.
They killed my auntie, my uncle, and another man named Jerry Dawson. So I don't know how they end up in from the first beginning. I don't know that. I don't have no way of knowing that.
And your uncle and your aunt, was your uncle the brother of your dad?
No, my uncle was my dad's brother.
Okay.
Grandpa John and Uncle Elliot were brothers, which was our great aunt.
Your great aunt and uncle.
Mm-hmm.
So you say they killed who?
They killed Aunt Luberta first, shot her in the door.
Why'd they shoot her?
Well, she had been working for them, and she said some of the things that they, wanted her to do or had her doing, she wasn't gonna do it anymore. So my grandfather's brother was Uncle Elliot. He said she didn't have to go back. He'd rather die for her to go back, so he wasn't gonna let her go back in whatever environment she had to go through, and he just come there and shot her in the door.
What do you think she had to do?
Go with those white men they wanted to have and stuff like that. That's what I was told by my dad.
Arthur Walls' story on Vice had a profound impact on viewers, opening their eyes to the harsh realities of modern-day peonage and forced labor. Many were shocked to learn that such practices persisted well into the 20th century. According to Dr. Harrell's research, Lewis Allen and his family of 5 were sold for $20 hours in 1926. Allen's family had to hear this news from Harrell. This transaction occurred during a period when African Americans were still subjected to severe economic and social exploitation even after the abolition of slavery. Sharecropping and debt peonage were common practices that kept many African American families in a state of economic dependency and bondage. Such sales were a reflection of the systemic racism and the dehumanization that persisted well into the 20th century. Research conducted by Harrell at the National Archives revealed FBI reports, Department of Justice files, NAACP files, attorney documents, and written complaints.